Hey guys, so back again for another video. In the last video you saw us masking out the helmet using the stencils to apply some of the damage. Like I said in the last video, I would go ahead and finish up applying the damage. Excuse me. I've also gone and applied the beige colour. So here's the helmet as it stands now. Then the same process that we did with the grey and the silver. Using the stencils, I just outlined the grey sections, masked it off, and then we hit it then with this is a custom colour. This is a beige 28, which is a very white colour, and then it's very gently misted with Sand 94. I used Sand 94 as I wanted that really yellowy beige colour compared to the standard white of the white 28. Make sure you can see this. So in this video what we're going to look at is get into the wire wool. I've already done this for the grey section underneath, which is these parts here. We're going to go ahead and quickly do it for this beige colour. You're going to need your 000 wire wool, 0000. Don't want much of it, but that much will do. And there's no real skill to doing this. Basically all this does is it smooths out the layers. There's actually, if you run your fingers over it, you can actually feel where the two paints meet. And what this will do is it'll stop that lip, a little join area, and help smooth it out. And also smooth out the paint ready for the next layer. So basically, this kind of you mainly want to work on the areas where the joins are, also covering the other areas where there are no paint showing through, as it does help smooth out the area. But basically, all you do is essentially just rub it over. Concentrate most of your efforts on the join area, and bear in mind you're not sanding the helmet, so you don't need a lot of force. Just enough to help smooth it out. It also kind of takes off some of the wax paper stencils that we use, but if there's anything left there at the end of the back panel paint up, we'll get off with some cotton buds and some water. But essentially just a basic rub down through the entire helmet. This does cause I wouldn't say dust. It's sort of like well, it is dust, but it's sort of a fine powder. You want to make sure you get all this off before you start painting up the next layer, as it will interfere with the quality of the paint. So basically that's all we want to do. You want to mainly concentrate on the areas, like I said, with the detail work on. Really helps smooth it out. Once we've painted the green on, we're going to use the wire wool again, but this time we're going to go a little bit more rough with it, whereas the green area it needs to have some of this beige colour showing through. Not much, only slightly, but we'll go into that in the next video. I'll quickly cover again how to use the stencils, because the first time with the silver is pretty easy, but now in this next one we're going to look at make sure it's all lined up. So I've gone ahead and I started some of the areas already. You can see how well this transfer paper comes out on the on any colour really. This is quite a light colour, and this white wax paper is still coming out quite nice. I did think it might not. I'm going to have to go get some black, but so you can see all those little sections here now. This is what we'll mask up with the masking fluid. Right, and this will be our beige section. So I'll go ahead now and finish up these little sections. And of course then I'll cut then to when we sprayed it with our nice green. And I'll go into the colours for that as well. Okay, so I'll put the helmet on a nice surface. Okay. Oh, the ball of helmets now, they don't like to stay still. Okay, so take your transfer paper. Just want to make sure you line it up. If you've done it correctly, you should just place it on and everything should line up. I'd still like to make sure. Just place it in. You want to keep them a little lifted up. Have a look. You can see that all looks pretty good. So push that down. Take your trace down paper. Place it down. Make sure it's the right way down. I've actually done that myself before. You draw it all out and nothing gets transferred down. Okay, so hold it down. Quite simply, like we did before, just draw over just the beige sections this time. You don't need to do the silver or the grey, you've already done this. Just over the beige sections. Kind of pointless to do over the other sections, really. Make sure you get all the little details, it will save time later. Try not to rush. Got the little lines in. Pull the paper off. Make sure you don't put it down. There you go. And there you go. There's the beige section done for that. We'll repeat the process now for these areas, and then we'll cut to applying some green. And the green is actually a custom mixture. I'm not going to get into how to mix that straight away, as I'm very picky with the green colour on these helmets. So you're sort of just going to have to find a colour that you like. It's top of my head, I believe the colours are green 76 and a very dark blue 96. It's a 1-to-1 mixture. So you just mix the two colours in equal parts together. I kind of add a little bit more green than the blue. Sorry, more blue than green. I don't like it ended up too dark. I will show you mixed colours later on. The less important ones. Well, I'll say less important ones. The green, you know, you can easily see the green. For instance, on the red section, there's a purple. You're going to have to custom make. I can go about making that. I can quickly do that on the off in front of the camera. But for this greeny blue, I do a couple of tests first just to make sure it's right. And these are other people's helmets, so I want to make sure I get it right first time. Okay, just finish up this little section now. With the wire wool, let's go over that one more time. Every layer you put down, you want a wire wool after, just to smooth it out and keep a really nice base for the next one. Remove the lips as we already said, but just make sure you do it after each layer. There we go. Now a little section to do it by here now. We get the masking fluid. Start masking it up. So I'll go ahead now and finish up the head and paint the helmet with the nice custom green colour. It's looking quite dark on film. It is late at night here, so I am having to use artificial lights to light this, but it's a lot more bluey in person. I didn't really show mixing the colours. Like I said before, I take a while to get this colour right. I like it to have a sort of certain hue to it, and I always find it quite difficult to do. As you can see, I've removed the bag. You can see that the tape has done its job, and this will be masked up. Same process as the last time with the grey. Find a spot that you want to start with, right here. But now, when we pull this off, we should get the completed panels. So take it nice and slow. The paint it's been settling for about an hour. It's almost dry to the touch, but you can still feel that it hasn't fully set yet. I'm trying to show this so you can see at least what I'm doing. Here's the start of the panels then. Nice and slowly. Slowly pull it off. And all that hard work that you've done masking everything out, using the templates and stuff, you can finally see it all come together. We have missed a layer out on purpose. Well, not the camera, I do apologise. I have missed a layer out, which is a light green layer. I like to apply that through a method called, well, I like to apply it topically, which implies that, of course, that you apply it on top, and this is done with a brush. You can use your thumb to get it off if you wanted to. So you can see the back panels are starting to shape up. Yeah, we will paint the, it's light the colour green we'll paint on. We'll paint that on once this is fully set. We've also then got a wire wool it. Please, whatever you do, make sure it's fully dry before you wire wool it. I'll let this set for about a day before we get into all that. Just pull a couple more pieces off just to show you what the final thing would look like. Just do this one panel and then I'll get on to some other things. I'm sort of losing myself in this at the moment. You can see it's all starting to come together quite nicely. But being that I've already done 2 helmets, I did do one a couple of hours before, and this is what they look like when they're finished. The back panels, anyhow. Here's the one from the side. It does look slightly off, it's quite close to the camera. If we did move it back, you could see that it scales out quite nicely. You probably noticed that the tape hasn't done a good job on this one. That's because I airbrushed this twice. I put one shade of green on, didn't really like it. But I took the tape off before I'd finished just to try and get an overall feel of it, and I ended up just quickly spraying it with the double action brush. Here's the sign details. We still, sorry, not the camera. There we go. We still need to apply shading if you want to add shading. We'll go into that later on. That's part of the weathering stage. And there's also some fine scratches we need to add. We'll do that with a scalpel. But yeah, the next video now. This has been dried for about 2 hours, 3 hours, but it's quite dry to the touch. But I'm not going to go ahead and wire wool it yet. I'm going to give it a full day to cure. But in the next video now, I'll go into how to age this green. If you notice that the green on the actual helmet, it's slightly patchy. You could probably achieve that if you have a decent airbrush, gently layering it. But we'll go in with wire wool and show you how to achieve that. If I bring the helmet closer, you'll see the green sections that we've topically applied. You can see these here. All these are applied later on with a brush. There's some more on this side as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the majority of the back panels. So like I said, in the next video we'll look at wire wool in this, and then we'll go on to the next part, which is the main dome area. Plus we're going to do the lower cheeks and the mandible area.